What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the only sports podcast. That's right, the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. How we doing today, Casino?
Pretty good. All of a sudden, though, now I hear people. It sounds like they're in my backyard. This is weird. But anyway, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
I feel like that was much too casual to be like, oh, there might be people trying to break into my home right now.
Yeah, probably. none of my cameras went off, so I think things are okay, I guess.
All right, there we go.
No, but I'm doing great. I'm doing great. My voice isn't. Now I'm just all blurry, but now, yeah, doing great. My voice is a little off, but I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. But what is it? We just did. So here's how this week's going to work.
Everybody.
Casino is about to leave with his family to go to Disneyland. And so that meant on Wednesday, he'd not be able to do the show. So before this show, we recorded a separate episode where all we did was just go down memory lane for our teams being in the Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan. He's a Patriots fan. And I was like, oh, you know what? We'll do this for like half an hour or whatever, a little tag to just put on Friday's show. And instead, we went for an hour. I think it's really good. It's probably one of our best episodes we've ever done.
I really think so too. And I'm sorry. My team has just been so many times that we had to talk about it. We just had to talk about
it. But yeah, and then it kind of just turned into us recapping the last 25 years of the Super Bowl. Just
slowly,
and
good.
So tune in on Wednesday. I'll put that episode up. I will still be here live Wednesday. I'll throw to that clip and then put up comments and stuff on that show. I might pause it if I'll read comments and stuff like that. So join me Wednesday for that show. But for today's show, Casino, we know who's going to the Super Bowl, and one of them is your team. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Your Patriots win 10-7 in Denver against the Denver Broncos to go to the Super Bowl. Thoughts on this game, Casino?
It was kind of exactly how I thought it was going to be, actually. Just another low-scoring game against another two good defenses, two top-tier defenses going at it again with a second-year quarterback that has struggled in these playoffs, and then a quarterback that has been a backup for many teams. It's pretty much exactly how I thought it would be. Maybe a field goal and a touchdown more, roughly, given to whoever side. But this was pretty much close to what I thought was going to happen. Swinging either way, right? Swinging either way. I thought my Pats had it. That was the team that I picked. But yeah, it was rough. I love snow. Snow is my favorite. I'm gonna go make a snow angel as soon as I can. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot about this game. So I mean, what do you want to do? How do you want to break it down? Do you want to talk just about the quarterbacks? Do you want to just talk about the team and all of that? What do you want to
do? Yeah. First, let's talk about. You know what? Before we get into the New England of it all, let's actually talk about the Broncos in this game, because I do think that we need to start talking about Sean Payton as a awful postseason head coach. Because again, also to get some comments, Super Bowl's on my birthday. That's cool. Happy birthday.
Nice.
Is this a Jehovah's Witness podcast? Maybe. But what is it? So
I don't know. Do you have time to talk?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we did. I mean, there might be Jehovah's Witnesses in Casino's backyard right now trying to convert him. But
there we go.
No, when we talk about Sean Payton, the thing that gets brought up again, we just did the Wednesday show where we went to, what is it? Some guy says, "Are you guys dating?" No, sadly, we're both married, not to each other.
Yeah, we thought about it. About it.
It's a pipe dream.
Yeah, when we were having some of those issues meeting women, we were thinking about it.
That's true. It says also, "Are you guys dating?" If it was ... yet, then, we throw that up in the air, maybe. But when it comes to Sean Payton, we were just talking about past Super Bowls. We were talking about, obviously, the Saints winning after Hurricane Katrina against the Colts, surprise onside kick, all that kind of stuff. What fails to get mentioned is Sean Payton had Drew Brees, arguably a top 10,
yeah,
top 15 quarterback of all time for a decade, had a top 5 defense for a decade, had one of the best teams in an NFC that just had no, it wasn't like the AFC where it was a clear dynasty ruling over that period of time. He
right.
had a 10 plus year just dominant offense and defensive teams with one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Only once he got to a Super Bowl and never did even sniff it.
No, he did. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember 7 years ago when they were playing the Rams? You remember that one?
That is right. Yes.
That horrible, it was a minute and a half left or whatever. That horrible no call where the receiver
2018 NFC Championship game.
Gets absolutely wrecked. Like a good 3 seconds, real time, almost 2 to 3 seconds in almost real time that the ball was not there yet and the dude got laid out. That was
and no call. Yes.
That's one of the worst no calls in just NFL history. So he did sniff another one. He should have gone. He should have gone to another one. To this day, I don't like Sean Payton. I despise him, actually. You and I both do. We don't like the whole Target gate and all that stuff that he had going on.
Yeah. And just his overall unpleasant demeanor and just
seems like a dick.
Yeah.
But I back him up on that one all day.
100%.
That was
he got
that was one of the worst. That was one of the worst calls ever. And that sparked the whole where they tried it for a couple of years. Remember or at least a year, the whole you get to argue PIs, you get to challenge PIs, no PIs situation. And that got all
wonder why they got rid of that rule.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, now it'd be like, actually, we're adding 10 more challenges for specifically PIs per game. Because now, I don't know if
games would be 5-6 hours long.
Dude, I don't know if it's just these playoffs, but every catch now looks like the wide receiver just fully pushes off the defender, and every defender just looks like he's draped all over a receiver now.
And so watching my game yesterday, there was a couple times where I knew they weren't going to call it, but I was like, first off, I was like, how is their guy wide open? I was like, how is he wide open? And then they showed in the replay, and it wasn't like egregiously like get the fuck off me, but it was enough to where you are not allowed. The rule is you are not allowed to fully extend. It's the full extension. And there was twice in that game where I was like, how did they get open? And then you saw the full extension. All the other ones were just blown coverages by the Patriots, but there was two that I saw that were just like, what the hell? And then the slow-mo, it was a push out. And it was 100% that way.
What is it? Even in that Bears Rams game,
the
question was, how did that guy get open on the 4th down call? And it's just like, the tight end just pushed him. Just pushed him away
from me.
And then that's why he was wide open.
Hand fighting is fine, but you can't, by rule, you can't extend it, basically extend to locking out your elbow. You can't do that.
Well, that's honestly why they took away challenging PI, because to have to listen to the refs try to mind pretzel their way out of being like, the call on the field stands. You just be like, no, how? The rule is you can't fully extend, but again, that's another topic. We're digressing here. When it comes to Sean Payton,
we got to hurry up and finish this podcast.
Yesterday, against your Patriots, you have a backup quarterback and a 7-point lead. Why are you going for it on 4th and 3 when it would be a chip shot field goal to go up by 3?
No, and I thought that was crazy, especially with the weather's coming.
Yeah,
that's nuts. And you saw the weather have an effect on both quarterbacks. But so actually the one that the Broncos missed late to tie it, that was a deflection. We'll get into that. That was fucking awesome. I'll tell you. For those who don't know, I'll get into that story, which was cool. But yeah, I have no idea, dude. You saw the Bears. The Bears, they
I
had
know.
2 chances to put up points, and they just said, "Nah, we're gonna go for it." And after the Bears did that, I wanted to reach out to Dan Campbell and apologize to him because all those fourth down calls, those were not him. Those were Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
But
also, it
he
just
took the
now
heat for
has
him.
if we've gone again, everything always skews too far one way, too far the other
Oh yeah.
way. We've now skewed too far to where it's just like analytics say go for it. Analytics, oh, anything fourth and short, anything less than 4th and 5, go for it. They always have that thing that pops up on the screen that is like ESPN or what is it, NFL, I can't remember what the thing's called, but it's like NFL metrics are saying go for it, go for
Mhm.
it, go for it. And it's just like in the context of this game, again, you have all the momentum in the world. Your defense is completely shutting down the other offense. Your offense was completely shut down, and then you just completed a moon
And
ball and a
they
touchdown
were
pass.
all that first quarter, in the first and a half, they were all over the Patriots defense. They looked
Yeah,
flat as hell. They
I
were
know.
miscoveraging. That touchdown that they passed, there was miscommunication. You were 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10, and our Pro Bowl corner was just like, "Oh no, you can go throw it over my head." Like, and so this is not me trying to give them an excuse because this is not an excuse. I'm actually pissed off that they did this. Why in the hell, mile high altitude? I mean, you obviously know the cold's fine, but
Yeah,
altitude. Why are you guys not there already? They flew in 8 p.m.
I know.
8 p.m. almost 12 hours before the fucking game. They landed in Denver. What are you doing? That
Very
that blew my
unBelichick-like
that
move.
it what dude,
Unbelichick-like move from Vrabel, which is weird.
dude.
That's
That
weird.
that blew my mind. That's probably the only thing that Vrabel did all season that I'm not for.
Yeah,
And dude, it blew my mind because getting to the hotel, getting settled in, getting to sleep, then you have your wake up routine, all that. They did not have time to settle in, and they came out of this game so goddamn flat offensively, defensively, with the rested Denver team who had a bye, right? And then they didn't have to travel. Why? I don't get it.
yeah,
I did not get it at all. And I truly think it's not that the Patriots, I don't think were ready because obviously this later as the game went on, the defense shaped up a bit, right? It really took them time to get settled in. And I truly believe that it's because they flew in almost 12 hours before fucking game time.
yeah. That is again, that is so weird. And also, again, if it wasn't, I do think if
So
this game
bad.
was
So
not
yeah,
Jarrett Stidham,
Denver should have kicked that field goal because
yeah.
dude, you had the Pats on the ropes. I was sweating it out. I'm like, we're Jesus. If this is how the team is coming out to play, we are going to get fucking mollywomped.
Yeah. And that's what, again, that first quarter, it was just like, oh, the Patriots offense has no answers for this Patriots or for this
No,
Broncos defense.
it
Like
was like
none. And again, Patriots defense was also good, but the
they got
second you
they
get,
got going. When they got going,
yes,
they were good.
yeah, because again, there is a real point at this. There's a real time in this game where it could have been 13-0. And this
Mhm.
Patriots team, especially with how that second half happened, no way they're scoring 2 touchdowns. Nobody could move the
No,
ball in the
nobody
snow.
could,
Like,
and nobody could move the ball in the snow. And you know, granted to the second best defense in the league with the Broncos by a point, so arguably tied for first. Sorry, tied for first. Like they did their work. They came up, they showed up, and they did not let the Pats move the football.
yeah.
Um, and so let's get into some of the quarterback play here. We'll start with Stidham. He looked good, and with that long bomb that he had, that his long throw, the whatever it was,
40, I think it was 40 yarders, 40 yards,
52. It ended up being 52.
52.
Um, to Marvin Mims, that settled him in. That settled him in, and until the Pats defense was finally able to get pressure on him. Once they got pressure on him, he sucked. It showed, the stats showed he was
Yeah.
god awful once that defense got rolling. But that offensive line for the Denver is really good. So it just took time, and they should have just piled on the points. They
Well,
lost the game by not piling on the points in that first and a half.
Well, again, what I do not understand and how I think we have to put this game 100% on what is it on Sean Payton's back is he knows he's playing with a backup quarterback. He knows that again, this quarterback has not completed a pass in 3 years. You just said it. The stat sheet on the TV wasn't lying when it said, "Oh, when he doesn't face pressure, he's actually really damn good." The second he faces a blitz, he was like 0 for 8 for 24 yards and a turnover. It was like, okay, so you have a week prep to get your offense adjusted to now basically molding around this guy who hasn't thrown a pass in 3 years. You know, the Patriots know
but he was already ready. Remember, he was already ready.
Yeah. So
he was game ready.
It was one of those things where it was like, let me guess, the Patriots defense is going to blitz the entire game for a guy not good against the blitz. So instead of doing screens and passes behind the line of scrimmage, with the game on the line in a snowstorm, you're having that guy attempt a 40-yard pass down the sidelines. Again, Sean Payton, the most overrated offensive genius we've ever seen.
100%.
What a dumb game plan
that was so dumb.
Dude, they could have ran the ball up, do RPOs. Stidham, every time he ran the ball, you were like, he's actually pretty good. Like,
so he had 23 yards on 4 carries. You know what? And Stidham played pretty much how I thought Stidham would play, right? I really did. He came out good, and you knew Sean Payton was going to have basically, and this is what happened. The first half, he was going to have a structured plan. The fact that the Pats were somehow able to come out of there and escape with 7, obviously one was being that horrible decision, but the Pats capitalized on that. You know, they got the
backwards pass, fumble, that kind of thing.
No, but the very first one where they stopped them from on their 4th down when they went for it.
But the 4th and 3 where
they took advantage. They took advantage of a bad call. So good on the Pats defense for figuring that out.
Watching that is going, why are we going for it on 4th down?
Why not?
Every Patriots fan is saying, thank God.
Thank God. You put up 2 scores. You put up 2 scores. That's a hole, dude. That is a massive hole to come out of. Anyway, so now let's get to Drake May. I know you've been pretty critical of him all postseason, and rightfully so. I do think, though, last game against the Texans, he did play well because when he had time to throw, he threw absolute dimes. The one thing I will say, he did get sacked 5 times again in this game. I told you another 5-sack game was coming. I told you this.
You did say that.
That's really funny. That 2 things I called in this game before the game started was Drake May's going to get sacked another 5 times. That happened.
So this was his stat sheet in the 3 games. So the first game against the Chargers, he had 268 yards, 1 passing touchdowns, a fumble and an interception.
Against the number 5 defense in the league. Throw that out there.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep throwing those out there.
And against what is it? Captain If Man.
No matter.
And
we're just talking about quarterback versus defense. We're talking about quarterback versus quarterback.
Next against the Texans, he had 179 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
Again, that is also a game he could have potentially had.
He had 4 fumbles in that game, and he lost 2 of them. So
and also again, Will Anderson was eating T-Rex arms for lunch.
He was doing everything. He was eating up everybody. And so that's another thing. This is what I'm going to do a little Drake May defending. Okay. His offensive line has been awful this postseason. Will Campbell, I like Will. I think he's a good dude, and I think he has potential later on. Yes, his arms are short, but he's got good feet, and that's just going to come with time, right? Just time. I think he will be a pretty damn good left tackle as time goes on, and he's in the league. All this playoff experience will be good for him down the line. Same with Jared Wilson at left guard. So, but they've been getting absolutely worked. Moses on the right side was getting destroyed against the Broncos. So I digress there. I'm going to, I defend him a bit on that. But just the composure. He did hold on to the football. Ball security.
Dude, he's done that this whole playoffs. It's been bad. That's why he
no, but I'm saying going into this game, going into Denver.
Oh, yeah.
He got sacked 5 times and he held on to the football. Learning, progression. I loved seeing that. Him getting sacked 5 times, I didn't like, obviously, but I saw that and I go, he did not let the ball come out of his hands. Like, huge. That is a good turning point there. And yes, he did not throw. He's the only quarterback. I know you got this ready. He's the only quarterback to not throw over 100 yards and still win a championship game.
Yes.
That's crazy. 10 for 21. But where it counted was on his feet. 10 carries for 65 yards, and he did them at smart times. The play design for that touchdown, 100%, that was called for him to run that touchdown in.
Well, did you also hear the story that at the end of the game, the run he did to get the first down and run out the clock, he called his own number. That was not the play.
Dude,
he rolled out.
I love that.
That's insane.
So quick little.
That's the best game he did all playoffs. That's the best play. That's
dude,
my best.
It's 100%, and that's why I'm trying to defend him. Is from the last game to this game, ball security, he was good, and the touchdown passes he threw last game were great. It's the O-line that is fucking him up. I don't think, he hasn't had the best playoffs, but that's not due to him. That's due to his O-line letting him get work, because 2 of those fumbles in the Texans game were from the blind side, and he just got smacked. But he needs to get pocket awareness. That's something that he can work on. He's in year 2. But that's funny that he called his own call there, because my older brother, before that series started, he goes, like, we're watching it and he's freaking out. He goes, they have 1 timeout left. You run it twice. First one, run out, get rid of their timeout. Second one, kill time. And if you are in a good enough position, around 5 yards, obviously it was 6, but he goes, around 5 yards, he goes, what have the Patriots done all year to close out games? Pass the ball for a first down. He goes, it's not going to happen. Bootleg. May's going to run for the first down and get this. It happened. My brother's face went just pale white. And he was like, I called that. Oh my God, I called that play. And so kudos to my brother. And he doesn't listen to the show, and I get mad at him all the time about it. But that was pretty fucking cool that he was just like, no, this is what's going to happen. And this is why it's going to happen. And then it happened. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I am defending Drake May, even though his numbers aren't great this postseason.
No. Well, they're so not great, Casino, that the Patriots have averaged 18 points per game this postseason, the fewest by any team to make the Super Bowl since the 1979 Rams, who averaged 15 points. That's
you know what? But now to rebuttal that, and I know you have a rebuttal for this, is they're the only team in playoff history, only quarterback to play 3 top 5 defenses and win all 3. So I will say that is pretty fucking impressive. And and 1 and 2 were separated by a yard.
No context whatsoever. That's really good. That's a really good stat.
I am just going off of quarterback versus defense. I'm not talking about the other team's quarterbacks, Mr. If, backup, and
CJ Stroud. 10 turnovers, CJ Stroud.
I see ghosts for a living. Take that aside. I'm just going quarterback versus defense. And just his composure in there, just getting work. Dude is going to need, no matter what happens in the Super Bowl, dude is going to need just the most relaxed day at the spa ever, because he is getting destroyed these playoffs with hits. So I'll just take him as my quarterback any day, all day. And he can be taught, and that's what I like. What I being his composure of being sacked 15 times now in these playoffs and fumbling the ball, but going into this game, he did not fumble the ball. He can be taught. He wants to learn, and his composure, even after getting absolutely destroyed these playoffs. I blame the O-line. I blame the O-line through and through. Protect your quarterback. Jesus Christ.
Corey Purdue says, remember me from before, Patriots win. He. I actually do not remember you, but I'm assuming you
enjoy that
Patriots
because
win.
enjoy that, because I'll tell you right now, a little sneak peek. I'm not picking most likely my Pats to win this Super Bowl. I'm just happy they're going.
Well, the Patriots in the Super Bowl casino. So the offense, they average, as we just said, 15.7 points per game, 4.4 yards per play, 13 of 43 on third down, which is insane.
That's rough.
The defense, however, on a generational run,
Dude, they're so good.
8.7 yards per game allowed, 3.3 yards per play allowed, 12 for 31 on third downs allowed.
Good.
8 takeaways, 1 touchdown. And then this says one of the worst offensive runs ever by a team to make the Super Bowl and an all-time defensive carry. That I do not know. I do not know. I want to dig more.
This defense is just absolutely phenomenal. So the second thing that I called outside of Drake May getting sacked 5 times, because I knew that was going to happen watching the first 2 games in that O-line, was Gonzo, the Pro Bowl corner, Christian Gonzalez. He was going to get a pick. He has not had a pick all season. I said, this is the day. Obviously, it comes in garbage time where he's trying to throw, for a long touchdown down the sideline. I don't care. Gonzo got his pick.
No, that totally counts. That was for the win. And again, hey,
so I love
winds
that.
The winds are 40 miles an hour and it's a snowstorm. Sean Payton. Oh, okay. Let's try that 40-yard bomb in double coverage. That'll be the great play we do right now.
Yeah.
I also thought this stat was wild. Record when teams scored under 17 points. Captain If, Justin Herbert is 2-16.
Captain If. I love Captain If. That's so funny.
Joe Burrow is 1-10. Josh Allen is 4-19. Mahomes is 2-7. Lamar Jackson is 3-7. Drake May 2-0 when his team scored under 17 points.
Yeah. So, and you know what's great? So to talk about the defense, so this is the least amount of points scored against since 2000 Ravens. Like, this defense has just been absolutely phenomenal. I know who they're playing. I know the quarterbacks.
No, I have no stats against this defense. This defense is
I know, but here's the thing. Yes, they're playing not the greatest quarterbacks, and they are punishing them. They are punishing them for what they're doing. And that's, one of my arguments all season with the Pats. Stop laughing. You're reading comments, but that was one of my arguments with defending the Patriots all season is they're making the teams that are bad suffer. And that defense had just done that all playoffs. And every single time Drake May has all 3 games, when he's in the press conference, one of the first things he said is give credit to our defense. Like, he knows. He knows this offense is not doing enough to get them to win a Super Bowl. This defense is upside down on their head. This
made me laugh out loud. It says Drake May is going to make a Super Bowl being asked the whole way there, and the worst people are going to use it to pretend he's an elite quarterback. So
no, I'm not saying he's still young. He's still raw. He's a second-year quarterback.
Yeah.
And
well, people are talking about him like he's Josh Allen and he just had this run.
If he gets in his second year. If his O-line gets better, I think he can carve up a defense when he has time. He's shown that this season, but he needs a better offensive line. But he has made smart decisions with those runs, timely runs. I mean, you just said it. He made that call to seal the game. So, and when he had time in that Texans game, he had 3 dimes, in my opinion. So there's a lot. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback yet. He's had a good season. He's got a lot to build off of, and I do like seeing his progression. But no, the defense is the story of the playoffs by far, wholeheartedly. They're the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion.
Yeah, and this is one of the craziest things. This is the one I sent to you where it was the what is it?
Coaching, dude. Coaching mentality.
Coaching. Yeah,
it's coaching. It's mentality. It's having a good defense that can pick you up if you need it. 100%.
This is
Mike Vrabel has Stephon Diggs on board.
I have some good Stephon Diggs things.
Of course you do.
Keith Kingman says it's crazy that Drake May has been in the league for 2 years now, and he's going to win the Super Bowl he's going to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, look at this picture, which is insane to me. Not only Drake May, Sam Darnold is going to a Super Bowl before both Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
I don't know if it was this year or if it was last year or both. You're like, can you really see Sam Darnold when we're doing the Super Bowl? Can you really see Sam Darnold going up there and holding up a Super Bowl trophy? And I'm like, yeah, I actually can. I actually
I'll tell you
can't.
what, we'll get to that game. He had
So
one of the
we'll
best.
wrap up the Patriots Broncos here.
We are not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
I have things.
Okay. Okay. Well, I got things too.
Corey
The only
Purdue
first team
says
in NFL history to go 9-0 on the road. Let's go, Warriors.
we're gonna win the
Let's
Super
go.
Bowl. Haha, Josh Allen is mid, and then Mike Vrabel, coach of the year.
If he's not coach of the year, he made one dumb decision, and that was flying in the night before the fucking game. Besides that, great coach.
Yeah. So let's go through these memes I have right now.
Oh yeah, please. I don't care.
I
don't care. I am a goddamn Sith
You're
Lord over here.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care.
This says Drake May was the 4th worst quarterback in the playoffs and is making a Super Bowl because he played the 3 quarterbacks who played worse than him. Which that made me laugh.
No, that's true. Credit to the defense.
So now we have to get shots. We have to get shots in as for the Dallas Cowboys. It just happens, Casino.
It's natural.
The Dallas Cowboys last won a Super Bowl in 1996. 6 years after that, Drake May was born. The Patriots then won 6 Super Bowls with Brady and Belichick. Now May is taking them back to the Super Bowl, all before the Cowboys even got back to a conference championship. How about them Cowboys? So I always love this because, again, they did the same thing with Jalen Hurts last year where it was so good. You saw the whole timeline where it's like born, a baby, a child, a teenager, went to college. It's like that whole breakdown. This one is as insane because he was not even born. His parents, we don't even know if they were together the last time the Dallas Cowboys went to a Super Bowl.
So and then 6 years later, it's crazy. Born. So we were talking about Drake May's younger years. Just real quick, fun thing is this is insane. So 10 years ago, you want to know where Drake May was? Because his family, they all went to UNC, that whole thing, right? So they're Panthers fans growing up. Him and his dad, they were at the Broncos Panthers Super Bowl 10 years ago at that state or I guess it wouldn't be at that state, but in San Francisco. And now he's going back 10 years later to represent the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like, that's crazy. I think that's pretty cool. That was 10 years ago where he was crazy. A kid he was a young teenager, young man out there watching that with his dad. And then 10 years later, he's now going there, which I thought was a pretty cool story.
Yeah. Nicholas Holier, welcome back, buddy, says this game comes down to coaching. I trust Vrabel and May more. Patriots aren't going to just sit in zone all game. They're going to test Darnold and his decision making. Yeah, but see, the thing is, this Patriots defense is good. This Seattle Seahawks defense is like generational top 10 of all time. Yeah.
That's why I'm excited, because if the Patriots lose, I'm not freaking out. Obviously, I want them to win, but what they have done so far, I'm very pleased with. This gives all these rookies a lot of experience moving forward. You know, this is stuff that even veterans have never hit yet. So I'm not expecting them to beat the Seahawks, but that's the matchup I wanted. Yeah. I know that I thought maybe it was the Rams, but no, it's the Seahawks, because the Pats have shown they can play up against good defenses. They can figure it out. They can grind out games. I much rather go up against Sam Darnold with our defense, with the Pats defense, instead of Stafford, who has
Stafford,
Nakua and Devontae Adams, because I do think with the run defense and Charbonnet being out, that the Pats can handle Walker with their run defense enough, right? I'm not going to stop him every play, but enough. And then they have Smith-Njigba. You double him all game, and that's fine. But I don't think the Pats would have an answer for two A+ receivers, 2A receivers, you know, from the Rams. So if the Pats want a shot at the Super Bowl, it has to be the Rams, or it had to be the Seahawks, not the Rams. So
now my two favorite tweets of the weekend. These are directed at Stephon Diggs.
I love it. I love it. Let's see it.
You know karma isn't real when Stephon Diggs got 6 women pregnant this year, is facing charges with his chef, and gets rewarded with a trip to the Super Bowl.
Controversial
that one,
football. Let's go.
And then Stephon Diggs not having a great game so far, but on the upside, he has gone almost an entire quarter without strangling a woman. So Again,
You
great
want to know who also
teammate.
had a couple really good plays was Barmore, and he's in the same situation. I just oh my gosh.
This says one of my favorite clips of all time. This says we finally get a break from the Chiefs to watch the Patriots again in the Super Bowl. And it's just but yeah, again, congrats, Casito. Your
Yeah,
team going to the
it's
Super Bowl.
again,
Again, I'm
I did not
happy your
expect
team's going to the Super Bowl. I just think it's funny that what is it? The memes for it, because this one,
it's great. And I'm totally fine with this was supposed to be a rebuild year.
I know
Same
that's
with
what's
my buddy
crazy.
who's a Chicago Bears fan. He's like just elated that they were able to get to where they did. And he was like, no, it's a rebuild year. With a quarterback that's willing to learn, I will take that. And
See,
that's where I am with this. Like, I don't care. Like, go
yeah,
lose the Super Bowl, get blown out. I don't care. You got experience. You're in a rebuild year. You got the coach. You got the quarterback. Figure out your weaknesses. You know what they are now.
yeah. See, that's the difference between you going into this year and me going into this year. Your team had no expectations. The talk
Zero.
was, can they double their win total? My team was, they got to repeat the Super Bowl. They have the best roster in the league. And then it's just
I thought they were going.
season.
Remember, I thought they were going to go and then lose in the. I was like, they're going undefeated and they're going to lose in the Super Bowl.
So that is much more painful than it's much more painful to be like, we're supposed to be in the Super Bowl as compared to, I thought we would win 8 games.
Like, I said 10. I said 10 games.
I think I said 10 as well.
I think we both said 10. I said at least 10, maybe 11. They'll be flirting with the playoff spot. I did not expect where they are. 0%.
Back with the memes. This says, finally a Super Bowl without the Chiefs. And then it says the Patriots. And then it's P. Diddy. And they're
oh, that's wrong, and I love it.
Nicholas Holier says the line opening up at Seattle for -4.5 is super disrespectful to the Patriots. Again, guys, did people watch the Seahawks this season? They are, I just saw this stat. Did you know they are the only team in NFL history to have more wins against teams with winning record than
this
losses?
is not disrespectful.
They are 8-2 this year against playoff teams. 8-2. They played 10 playoff teams.
You might even be able to put them, and I would be okay with -5.5. Like, I mean, I don't think it would be more than a touchdown. That's where I think it would be disrespectful to what the Patriots defense has done this postseason.
Yes.
But, no, it's not disrespectful. The Pats are dogs going into this 100%. All right, let's get into the other game so I can.
Hey, wait, hold on. Last thing.
Last thing.
That
should have been a good stegu.
I know that was almost good. Obviously, making the Super Bowl is incredibly impressive, but the Patriots 2025 run has to be the most comically simple of all time. Their opponents were 0.428. They faced 2 playoff teams, had the 6th fewest miles traveled. We talked about that in the preseason, how important that is.
100%.
And faced 3 mid-playoff quarterbacks. So again, I think when you, and we can segue now to the Seahawks Rams, when you put these 2 teams up next to each other, like that's where it becomes then an insane, like, how did this team get in over this team? Because with the Seahawks, again, so we can move to that game. The Seahawks win 31-27 against the St. Louis Rams. It not only did they win, it's how they won, which is Sam Darnold just having the best game of his career in the biggest moment, which is a thing we have never, ever seen from Sam Darnold. So this game, he was 25 for 36, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a completion percentage 70% with a quarterback rating of 128. Like, he played, and you watch that game. He didn't make one mistake.
No,
he was moving around in that pocket.
We talked about. I was like, he's gonna dink and dunk his way to the Super Bowl. No. He not this game. He was so good, dude. I was really busy at work, and I was tired because I was hanging out with my brother beforehand, right? And hanging out in the sun and watching the game, and then had to deal with something, and then go straight to work. And That was fun. You know what I'm referencing, which was a delightful time. Um, but yeah, so I didn't get to watch a whole bunch of this game. I tried to watch as many highlights as I could when at 3 a.m. last night when I got home. Uh, Everything that I saw, Sam Darnold, holy shit, dude! Just what a great play! What a great. And also, Smith-Njigba, 153 yards off of 10 catches. Wow, just wow.
Yeah.
We knew that the run game was going to struggle. They just had Walker, 62 yards. He showed up, right? He was able to move the football. But what Sam Darnold did was just out of this world. Just out of this world. He played so good.
Well, not only that, he played damn near perfect football. And he also, again, there's that famous Super Bowl clip of, Steve Young on the sidelines of that Super Bowl against the Chargers, where he's saying, take the monkey off my back. And, the offensive lineman's like, it's a gorilla. And he takes it off. I always love that clip because I love Steve Young. But back when the 49ers weren't just trash, just awful team. But, what is it? This was really the monkey off his back game. Because again, even last week against the 49ers, he didn't really do anything in that game except not turn the ball over. That game was won almost immediately from the kick return touchdown. So there were still question marks. Me and from myself, more than anybody. I've said for now 2 years, I can't trust Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and this game, he did not turn over the football. No interception, no fumble. Great. Fantastic by him. And that's what won them this game. This game we knew was going to be close, right? 27-31 is where it ended. It was the turnover battle. 4-2. 4-2. It was 100% that Seattle defense. Hey, Stafford played great. Stafford had a really good game, right?
Same exact quarterback rating as Darnold.
He did have a fumble. He did have a fumble, but they didn't lose that one. Right. Yeah. So they didn't lose that one. So it didn't cause much of an issue there. But 127 quarterback rating, 22 for 35, 374, 3 tutties, no interceptions, averaging over 10 yards a throw. Of course, all of that was to Puka Nacua.
Dude, Devontae Adams in this game too.
He showed up too.
Devontae was great.
4 receptions for 89 yards. I mean, you're averaging 22 yards. I mean, he had the highest average. Yeah. No,
both caught a touchdown.
We knew what Stafford was going to do. Stafford was going to go out there. He was going to sling the ball. He's got weapons galore, right? He has so many weapons out there. He could toss it to anybody. So we knew he was going to do that. It was, in my mind, can Seattle's defense turn over the football against most likely, the MVP, still waiting for all of that. But can they have him turn over the ball? And he didn't. It was all fumble Rooski. Not good.
And this is a fun stat. Devontae Adams has made 5 appearances in the NFC Championship game, and he's 0-5.
Yeah.
So he's never won an NFC Championship.
I felt so bad for him for 2 reasons. One is obviously he's 0-5, and you watch him walk off last night, and he's just bawling his eyes out. The other one is because he had to follow Aaron Rodgers around and lose as much as
as much as any quarterback in the league.
Lose his career over that. Sorry, I hate Rodgers. But yeah, I did feel bad for him off of that.
I do too. Caden Akari says the Pats are going to get blown out. They had a cupcake schedule.
Yeah, probably.
Nicholas Holier says Patriots can't control their schedule, but beating the 1st, 2nd, and 5th ranked defense is impressive. They can beat Seattle. And then finally,
they have a chance. Let's rephrase. They have a chance to beat Seattle. That was the matchup we wanted as Pats fans. They have a chance.
Yeah.
Only a chance.
Chris Smokehot Neslin says the spread has nothing to do with team strength. It's about public perception. They're trying to get money on both sides evenly. I mean, that is true. Look at every Dallas Cowboys spread in the history of gambling.
100%.
Yeah. They know 100%. People are going to put money on it. But when it comes to...
I'm just excited for the next 2 weeks. I get to watch nothing but Seattle Patriots highlights. I get to watch that game now 100,000 times. I feel happy about that.
So this is going to be the revenge game, the revenge game for the Seahawks, where that game was in Oh, I got the list pulled up right here. What year was that? Oh, that was February 1st, 2015 in Phoenix. I saw the WrestleMania in that stadium. It
I've seen
was
a lot of US soccer matches in that stadium. Really nice
That's a
stadium.
beautiful stadium.
Yeah,
Great
just
stadium, great
sad that
little downtown
it goes
area.
to Arizona, who has done nothing in their 100-year franchise, whatever it's been.
Yeah. But that was the famous Malcolm Butler interception at the goal line. If you want to hear us talk about that game extensively, tune in to Wednesday show. So there you go. But again, so just thoughts. We'll have 2 weeks of to talk about this game. We're going to be doing a lot of Super Bowl content on the channel. So like, subscribe, comment, do all that kind of stuff. But just thoughts before you have time to process your team going to the Super Bowl casino. Thoughts on what this season has meant, what this team has meant, and obviously their chances against the Seahawks because you are a Patriots fan.
Yeah. What the season has meant is it's kind of indescribable, right? Because they were not supposed to be as good as they are. It's a rebuild. The last 2 seasons, they couldn't amount to nothing, right?
Yeah.
One with Belichick, one with Mayo. And kudos to Robert Kraft, that 83-year-old old man, to pull the gun and or pull the trigger. That's what I'm going to say. Sorry. Pull the trigger on just being a businessman, right? And being a businessman and getting Bill Belichick, one of the greatest, if not the greatest defensive coach of all time, and saying, sorry, it's your time. You got to go. That was like, I remember that. I remember that press conference. Robert Kraft was like in tears, choked up that he had to make this call, but he's a businessman. He knows he's a good businessman.
Yeah.
And then Mayo, he had a 3-year contract. What do they do? First year, you're done. Get out. We're bringing in somebody else. That was awesome. So getting in Vrabel, I was super excited. From the moment he did his press conference, I just felt like, oh, he's turning this organization around. Like, this team will be fighting for championships in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And
also, universal just approval rating. When it was Mike Vrabel's hired by the Patriots, universal, everybody just went, yeah, of course.
It's because he's a great guy. He's a coach's guy. I can't believe Tennessee got rid of him. Just can't. Blows my mind that Tennessee got rid of him after he took them to an AFC championship game. He's able to actually utilize. He was actually able
in the playoffs.
He was able to utilize Henry how he's supposed to be utilized. Baltimore, figure it out. But anyway. But yeah, he beat Belichick in the he's such a good coach, and he's a player's coach. My favorite thing that he does is in the tunnel after games, he gives everybody props going in there. So the season as a whole, the fact that there's an identity back in this team, back in New England, and New England is built off of having their teams have an identity, whatever that identity is for whatever part of that stretch of run, whatever team has, they always find identities, right? And that is, they've got one. And the thing on the Road Warrior thing is we pack our bags and we take our identity with us. That's been their saying all year. And I love that because he's set the groundwork with a rookie quarterback. As long as Josh McDaniels stays and doesn't try a third stint at a head coach, which I don't know why he would stay, you got a young quarterback that you can mold and maybe take him to be another super elite quarterback, years to come. You got Vrabel, who's going to get an extension. He's going to stay there for a while. Vrabel's going to be in New England for a while. You have a young team. You've got money and pieces that you could put together moving forward. And to make it to the Super Bowl, cupcake schedule or not, again, they played good defenses. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it, they still get the job done. However, it needs to get done. Pretty, not pretty. Having an identity back in this program is it's indescribable of joy for me that whatever style of identity it is, they have one moving forward. I feel confident about my team moving forward, whether they win a Super Bowl in the Vrabel era and Drake May era, even if they win one or they never win one, they're going to be competitive, and I'm excited for that again. That's my take on it. Going to the Super Bowl, I
think that's a very earnest take.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to go to the Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm happy they're there. If they lose it, that sucks. But having all the young guys having that experience doing media week, that's going to give them a taste for it, and they're going to want to go back. And believing in this identity all season, now it solidifies to them, oh, if we do what our coaches ask and we believe together as a team and we don't try to be individual players, again, he reeled in Stephon Diggs and made him a leader and made him believe in this and believe in the team. Like Stephon Diggs constantly, nobody believes in us, I like us, or nobody likes us, I like us, is what he keeps saying. And that's great. That's great. And that's going to set the groundwork for years to come. That's what I was most excited about for this season, Super Bowl or not.
Yeah. Going through the comments, Chris Smokeland Neslin says, Malcolm Butler revenge game, go Hawks. For those
no, they're going to call Malcolm Butler and put him back on the practice squad.
For those just listening, this person has a Seahawks as his profile info. So it says, Julie Atleague says, go Hawks. Corey Purdue says, sports gambling is a scam. Give me your money instead. I'll show you my junk if you want.
Consider it,
but yeah, we'll consider
it. Right, I was a little bit more eager on that than you.
Epstein Files says, fuck the Patriots. Julian At says,
hey, can we get those files?
Frauds. Not yet. Where are they? You're using the the hacker thing. I can't remember what that's called. So yeah, go find it.
For Vendetta, whatever it is.
Yeah, but aren't they as the thing where they go get stuff? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Yep. Anonymous.
There it is.
That's what it is.
That's
yeah. Which is also crazy. How have they not gotten the Epstein files yet? That's a side note.
Because it's all
government locked,
government
coded.
Network.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, last thing we wanted to talk about before we get out of here. So also
real quick, I do want to say real quick. So that guy that they brought in, the cool story that I was going to say about the Patriots Broncos game that just happened. So that blocked field goal that happened, Leonard Taylor III, he was an undrafted practice squad player signed off from the Jets and was called up to the active roster yesterday before boarding the plane. He crazy. Blocked the game tying kick. And I mean, that's cool, dude. You're just like, that is really cool. I get my shot. And then you go out there and you make the game, like, because OT, who knew what would have happened? So you go out there and you make that play. I thought it was just a shanked field goal, but no, he got a hand on it. Awesome work by him, and just good for that guy. Good for that guy. I just want to point that out. Good for that guy.
No, that's
he had an interview. Check it out. Like, if you just want a feel good story about a guy getting literally called up, hey, come get on the plane with us. You're gonna play. Wait, what? And then you go out there and you make a game saving play. Like, that's just a good feel good story.
Now, again, since the Patriots and Seahawks have been announced as the two, or not announced, but since it's been revealed that those two are going to play in the Super Bowl this year, it has made me think of how obnoxious Seahawks fans have been since the start of the season when we included them in the haters hangar, and then we took them out because they were then nice in the comments and all this kind of stuff. So we have this thing on the show called the haters hangar that I'm going to pull up right now. This is strictly based on how obnoxious their fans were in the preseason when we were doing the season preview. Nothing to do with anything that happened during the season. That's why when Seahawks fans were like, kind of just like apologizing and I guess just being like, oh, sorry, we're not dicks. Like, we took them off. But no other fan base did that. So we introduced to you right now, Casino. Let's pull it back up. The haters hanger for the season.
Yeah.
So the haters hanger for this season was these 5 teams. So now that the season is officially over and we're now in the Super Bowl, we can revisit this as the final pin in the this is what happened this season. So if you look at it, it's glorious because 4 of the 5 teams missed the playoffs, and the one team that did make the playoffs got absolutely obliterated in their first playoff game. Yeah. So again, these fans were obnoxious because, again, Chiefs fans are always obnoxious. Cowboys fans are always obnoxious. The 2 that surprised us were how confident and asshole-ish the Dolphins and Cardinals fans were.
The Dolphins are so crazy.
It's crazy that,
I'm wondering, is everybody in Florida taking concussions like Tua? Because what the hell is going on there?
Or bath salts or something where they just have no grip on reality.
How do you think they got the concussions?
That's what I'm saying. Because not only did the Dolphins miss the playoffs, they then fired their coach probably going to have a new quarterback. That team already got blown up last year with losing basically their entire defense. And then the Cardinals fans were the most shocking because it was like, you're the losingest franchise in NFL history, right? Just statistically, you're the worst team in NFL history. Your head coach was the one that basically handed on his knees a Super Bowl trophy to Patrick Mahomes by just deciding the game plan against the Chiefs in that first Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl would be, hey, let's just not have a defender within 10 yards of any Chiefs wide receiver.
Nope.
So then he goes to the Cardinals. I was told all offseason and all preseason and all regular season how great of a head coach he was. And then he gets fired at the end of the season. So that was, and then did you see the Packers hired Jonathan Gannon as their defensive coordinator? That is a bold move, Packers. Bold move that will not play out. Chargers, again, we don't even have to talk about Chiefs Cowboys. Again, all hype, no substance. At least Chiefs have Super Bowls to talk shit.
Yeah. Same with our teams, right?
Yeah, exactly. Cowboys have nothing and still the most obnoxious fan base in the entire NFL. And then Chargers, again, there's 7 fans just decided to come on our podcast and what does it say that they were going to go to the
Mr.
Super
If
Bowl.
was gonna take care of business.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback. Quarterback in the league, all that kind of stuff. And then Casino, going into next year, we'll make a new list based on the same criteria of these teams. But as far as the last of the season, I just wanted to add,
that's not a Patriot fan should be in the haters corner because they hate her.
Well, I just wanted to add one more team, and that was the San
I didn't know why
49ers.
that team wasn't in there. They're the worst.
I think they do.
I think the Eagles and the Pats both have their special, but we're not going to put them on here because those are our teams. But yeah, San Fran, dude, ugh.
And I'll tell you what, in these 2 weeks, Seahawks fans might get put right back on there. There's a lot of shit talking already happening for a team led by Sam Darnold. Like I know we just gave him his roses.
We can't. He showed up. He showed up in the championship.
Again, we've always liked Sam Darnold.
We have. I even said last year that he was going to win.
And on that note, Casino. Oh, last thing. We got. You don't have anything else
for you? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You always normally ask me, is there anything else you want to say? Yes, there is. Nick Foles took down that tweet, by the way.
Bitch move. Why are you taking down that tweet?
It was what a bitch. Again, that's a backup quarterback for you right there. What a bitch move.
Well, again, everybody loved that tweet. And then when it didn't happen, the comments would just be like, oh, this didn't happen. It doesn't change that that's a good tweet.
That was
like, that's tweet. Still a funny
that
tweet.
Made me laugh. Also, that made me laugh.
He's the one that did it. Like him saying the tweet as the one that did it. Again, Nick Foles, I'm your biggest fan.
You almost named your son after him.
I did.
Move. Bitch move.
But again, yeah, I'll call out bitch moves when I see bitch moves, even by my hero. Bitch move. Keep it up. Who gives a shit? Last thing, Casino, and it's really only so I can pull up one more tweet. Mike McCarthy gets signed by the Steelers to be their new head coach. Thoughts on this one?
Thoughts on this one? We did it's normally supposed to be like a minute TikTok. We did like a 3-minute TikTok on this because
just being like, how?
What the hell?
How?
Like what's just mind blowing about this is the Steelers are normally a really good ran organization. They haven't hired many coaches since the 60s.
Yeah, it's been 3 coaches since 1969.
Dude,
3.
Nice.
3. Yeah, nice. Or 1968. I think it's 1968.
That's so nice. That's so nice. But anyway, it's just mind blowing. Like you are literally just downgrading. At least with Tomlin, you're going to get a winning season, whether you go and you have a chance to go to the playoffs and have, a first round out, but it doesn't matter. You're going to the playoffs. You've got some wins. You're going to get some money coming into the organization. But nope. Let's go with McCarthy, who is just god awful.
I could not think of something more perfect to say about this than this tweet I found, which it's going viral for the perfect reason because this made me legitimately laugh out loud. It said, I showed it to Casino before the show and he laughed as well. It says, going from Tomlin to McCarthy is like shitting your pants and changing your shirt. Oh, that is legitimately like, oh, why is this not? Did this? Oh, there we go. Why is this glitching out?
I have
There
no
we go.
idea.
Okay, it says going from Tomlin to McCarthy is like shitting your pants and changing your shirt. The perfect analogy. And then it has the famous picture of the guy getting gifted this shirt that he's already wearing. But it is, dude, talk about. Also, this made me laugh. Corey Purdue says, "Big bitch Nick, great show today, boys. Junk offer is always up for grabs." You know, I mean, Casino sounded like he was ready to take you up on it now. Like, yeah, that ring's coming off. His wife already left.
No, she's out there. She's waiting for this to be over. All the bags are in this room right now, so we got to get going.
Also, last thing, Mike Tomlin, but he's white, and it's just Andre Burgess doing the.
No, but he doesn't. But he doesn't have the same quotes as Tomlin, man.
No, I like Tomlin infinitely more than I like Mike McCarthy. Again, this is the Mike Vrabel thing. It's like, why are you getting rid of the guy if you have no answer to who's going to replace him? Like with the Mayo thing, where you're like, yeah, they got rid of Gerard Mayo because they knew the next guy was better. Why are you getting rid of Tomlin when there's nobody better? Why are you getting rid of Vrabel when there's nobody better? That just seems such a weird move. Again, also reuniting with Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers is like, I don't know, should I retire or not? I'm kind of done playing football. Like, great reunion. Great reunion with guy who's been passed around the league. What is it? The only guy passed around the league more is Mike McCarthy than Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. On that note, Casino has to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
We've really been doing a show for about 3 hours at this point, even though this show is only an hour. Again, that show will be out on Wednesday. It's a good one. I'll be here to.
Yeah, we've been talking for 3 hours between the TikToks, the last show, and this one. It's been great.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't
set up my
today.
trip up really nicely, and I'm really happy about it.
There you go. On that note, thanks everybody commenting, like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Go check out our TikToks, YouTube shorts, blah, 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 blah. This has been the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. Let me get this in outro. Adios.
Adios.